Hey y'all, you're watching Portie's Garage. The trunk lid on my 83 Foxbody convertible has a little bit of a rust issue. So I went ahead, I picked up some fresh brand new sheet metal that I'm going to be replacing this with. So today I'm going to walk you through how to A, not only just remove this trunk lid from the car, but B, take all the hardware out. You know, we're talking about lights, we're talking about latches, we're talking about wiring. And I think that's about it, but I'll walk you through. I'm going to start by getting this wiring out of here. The last thing I want is to be having to hold up a removed trunk lid while I'm trying to get the wiring out. So I believe all this is going to go to are these two lights here. So let's start by removing these lights, see what's underneath. Just 4 screws, I believe factory or Phillips head. Mine were toast and rusted, so I removed them, placed them with some flathead. Apparently it's so rusted I'm not even getting any grip in here, so I'm gonna kind of have to pry up on this screw while I tighten it or take it out. There we go. It's one. All right, just as I thought, to get this lens cover off, what you're gonna do, pull it forward and then just do a little counterclockwise twist. And then you can pull it right out. So now let's see if I can fish these lights all the way down and through, get this loom out of this trunk lid here. I did not know I had one of these because it didn't work, but apparently there's a little trunk light on the inside. So let's loosen this, see if we can get that bracket out and then be able to pull everything through. It's a 9/32 bolt. Let's get this guy out of here. There we go. And now, is there any way I can fish some of this out of here? I, for the life of me, can't figure out how to unattach this. Feels like it's kind of spring loaded in here or something. So I'm just gonna snip the wire, make sure the batteries get connected before I do that, and then I'll just, you know, throw a little crimp on it when we put it back together. Looks like there is one more electrical connection, the power lock to this latch here. So I'm thinking, try and pop this latch off, see if I can disconnect it. This is a 7/16. There we go. So now you can see our little electrical connector here. It looks like I can just pry this up. Here we go. One of the things I was gonna do, already taken care of. Now, let's see. I think these little lighting bits are a little too big to fit in through the tunnel. All right, might have to cut those too. Do a lot of crimping when we put this thing back together. And that did the trick. Here we go. Wiring's out. Up next, we're gonna start taking the actual trunk off. So what we gotta do is we gotta look up over here. We're gonna have 2 bolts holding this. I don't really know what that's called, but it keeps the trunk open when it's open. And those are 7/16. And then if you look over here, this is the actual spot where the hinge attaches to the trunk lid. We're gonna have another 7/16 here and two little guys down here, and they are 1/4 inch. So once we get all that, we should be able to just lift the trunk on off and throw it in the trash. No, just kidding. We're gonna need it for something else, and then it'll go in the trash. So I'm starting by taking these smaller ones off, and then this big guy and these two big guys, I'm gonna get them loosened and then figure out what the best way to take this off is. Because I know it's gonna turn into a hassle, but these little screws aren't gonna help with anything. Barely can see them. So we'll take those off first. All right, I can already see it separating. All right, everything's loosened up. I think I got an idea. Went and got a nice handy piece of wood to hold this up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these off first. Hopefully this wood does its job, holds the trunk up, and then I'll just fight to get the rest of it out. We'll see how it goes. All right, there that goes. Let's do the other side. That's got the lever on it. Okay. Just keep going. Try not to let this go tumbling down and ruin what's left of my fingers. Okay, I got it resting in this little nook right here. And voila! Here's a little look at the old trunk. This is this nice pristine new one. I'm not going to be putting any of the stuff on quite yet today because I do need to get a coat of paint on this new trunk. So for now we're just going to take off all the bits of hardware off the old one. Then we're ready to throw them on when we get the new one. So let's start with these little lever guys here on the side. So they're being held on by two little, just kind of biting retainer nuts here. So let's see if I can pry these off somehow. I might be better off using a small screwdriver. And we broke it. All right, we'll have to put that on the shopping list. I guess that's one way of doing it. Broke that one too. And we're just gonna push it in, pull it out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Up next, we got our little rubber feet. Stop it from crashing down, I believe. All right, put that on the shopping list too. These things are pretty brittle. And last but not least is going to be the rest of our latch mechanism. So we do have two little retainer clips right here. I'm gonna pop those off nice and easy. And then the rest of the latch, which is kind of in and under here, I believe what we're gonna do is start by drilling this out, this rivet right here, and we'll see where we go with that and what to do next. And there we go. Now we should be able to just pull this thing right up and out. I have a feeling it's not gonna come easy. So I got a little heavy duty tool action right here. There we go. And there's your retainer for the actual lock cylinder. I think we should be able to pull this out. No, it's definitely still attached to something. So now we're inside of the truck looking into the locking space. I believe what we have to do is slide this large plastic or metal piece down so that way it'll unclip from the cylinder itself, and we should be able to slide that out that way and then slide this piece in. There's not going to be much of a good camera angle for this. There we go. Here's our lock piece. Here's our cylinder. And the last of our bracketry. And basically this is what your locking mechanism is going to look like. So this one that we pulled up, that we had to drill that rivet out, boop, this holds it from, I don't know, moving in or out. And then this other one right here, this is what keeps it attached inside of this bracket. So you pull it up, then we're free. We can just slide this guy right on out. And one last thing for all you convertible owners out there, I am going to need to drill some new holes to put my hinges on. Since this is technically a coupe and a convertible trunk, I'll show you how I'm planning on doing that. So my idea, lay the new trunk down flat. I'm going to take the other one, flip it on top, and I'll just trace through where the bullet holes are. And if you want to double check, these do have a gasket that goes between them and the hinge. There you go, we're lining up. And just because the old rule, measure twice, cut once, I laid the trunk lid on the car. I got it set up right where I want it. We've got panel gaps that are pretty even. You know, we're lined up here at the back. What I'm gonna do is I've got my hinges down. This is why I'm doing this before painting. I'm gonna trace out where this hinge is absolutely going to go. And then take our handy gasket from before. And oh yeah, we are dead on, folks. This part always makes me nervous. Really hoping I got this right, but you know what, if I'm a little off, this is getting covered up with a hinge anyways. Dirt in my drill bit. That's just great. Almost forgot. We got a couple of badges here on the trunk that we probably want to move over. A couple different ways you can do this. The best way is probably to take like some fishing wire or dental floss, kind of get under here and start sawing your way through. Just cut the logo. Cut right through that, you know, foam tape holding it on. I think I'm just gonna go at it, start prying. This trunk's so bad it's going to the scrapyard, so it's not like I'm worried about cleaning it up. The stickers, unfortunately, gonna have to go. Gonna miss you. Look at that. Bits of metal coming off with the badges. Thing. It's trunk. Ah, there we go. Let's get this other one off. And there you go. No more trunk. Who needs one anyways? Call it weight savings. Just kidding. Once I get it painted up, should be back on here looking like brand new. So that'll be it for this video. Thanks for sticking around. If you like what you saw, consider throwing a like, maybe a thumbs up or a follow, subscription, whatever it's called. And this has been T-Dog. Thanks for watching.